Hey Marie, what's up Virginia? Olay, how are you? Sarai and Mike, hello. Hey Vince, let's do it, man. What's up Chivo? Stephanie's in New Braunfels. Hey Olay. Olay, 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 Olay. Good evening. Tuesday night, Bill Taylor here, Ken's 5 Digital Center. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday night. Are you waterlogged just yet? I saw some animals running around in pairs. Have you seen the price of gopher wood at Lowe's? Hey, have you seen the price of wood in general? No kidding. The gopher wood's the joke, but the lumber prices are no joke. Here's the fact I heard yesterday. Like an average size home, say a couple thousand square feet, costs you more than $38,000 to build now than it did last month. Just because of the price of lumber. The price of building an average size home, two to 2,500 square feet, is costing almost $40,000 more because of the price of lumber. That's a pool. I'll tell you what it is, it's ridiculous. How's everybody doing? We're going to take a look at radar first. We still have some pretty strong thunderstorms on the radar. Most of the severe weather has shifted south of San Antonio. In fact, you could take a look right here that we've got a warning on the map, but it's heading towards Corpus Christi. It's out of the Ken's 5 viewing area, south of, let's say, Live Oak County, moving into areas of Nueces County and the Texas coast. So south of Tilden, and Tilden got clobbered. Hailstorm, had 2 tornado warnings earlier, and nothing confirmed. They were radar indicated tornadoes, but definitely something that, you know, does scare you. It was a volatile situation there. That was the only tornado warnings that we saw this evening. Those were to the south of San Antonio, where we did have some severe thunderstorm warnings. We didn't have any rotation indicated in San Antonio, the metro. You can see, surprisingly enough, I'm going to keep a look at the National Weather Service chat. Some action also up in the Travis County area for Austin. So in case any loved ones are up in the Austin area, we could take a quick glance at Travis County. That's where we're getting some severe thunderstorms west of Austin, so it looks like that should stay out to Austin's west, in case you got anybody at UT or a loved one in our state capital tonight. Notice, though, this is what I was getting at, is a surprise that we're not seeing some of these counties dropped yet from the severe thunderstorm watch. The shaded counties are under the watch until 10 p.m. You can see that the focal point of the rain is now east and southeast of the city drying out fast. And nothing building back to the west. So I don't think it'll be long before we start seeing some of those counties out west dropped. Rather watch the weather than waste my time watching sports. I love that, Olay. That's what I like to hear. We're going to tell Joe Reinagle the same thing. Right? Vanessa, out in Del Rio, storm coming out from Sanderson. Did it die out? It did. It did. So let's go over there and show you that that was one of the most interesting storms. Watch the loop on that, okay? It must have caught what Andrew Wilson and I were watching that, and we're talking about the storm. Let me give you a pointer so you can see what I'm talking about right here. Upper left-hand corner of your screen. Thank you, Greg. And I'm not talking to my imaginary friend. That's Greg Matthews, my friend and coworker, my colleague. He was adjusting the camera shot for us. So here to the northwest, this storm right here, it was doing some really wacky little moves on it. It almost had like a little wave motion to it. And Andrew Wilson, I saw it earlier, it must have been because of just catching the tail end of the stationary front that's still draped across South Central Texas. You have this front acting as kind of a surface catalyst, but most of this activity is being generated by an upper level, what we call shortwave. It's like a upper air disturbance in the upper level flow that moves west to east and can bring in some instability. And when you have a surface feature like a frontal boundary, you can always, enhance your chances, enhance the trigger for some severe thunderstorms, and that's exactly what happened. So also the moisture content, I mean, it's ridiculous how humid it's been since, last Friday? I mean, we were just steadily watching that dew point climb, Gulf humidity over the weekend, and into Monday, we had dew points in the 70s. So volatile, ripe air. And look at those storms in deep South Texas. Now, this is really good rains because of where it's falling. This is exactly where it needs to fall. The drought reports of the last month to maybe even 2 months have shown nothing but extreme to even exceptional drought in this area, especially Laredo down into the valley. Exceptional drought has been the case for a couple of months there. So this has been very beneficial rains. I'll show you that radar loop in a moment. I just want to first catch you up on live radar and who's got the heaviest action in the metro. From Floresville down to Campbellton and into Karnes City. Now, none of what you're looking at is severe, but I'm impressed with the amount of lightning that is still developing across that line that's moving into Karnes County. You can see that the lightning is lessening, which is always a good sign. It was kind of a cluster if you look on the bottom left as it starts up around Atascosa County. That was where we were watching things closely. National Weather Service had its eye on that area in Atascosa County where you see that red and that burst of lightning. A little area of low pressure was forming there. And so they were concerned that if that begins to develop, it definitely bears some watching and could strengthen up a storm or two. You can still kind of see a little bit of a swirl as it kicks out to the east towards Karnes City. So it's certainly something to keep an eye on. Anytime you see one of those features, because what happens with all the winds and all the wind energy of the updraft, downdraft, and even, spin of some of these storms, we haven't seen a whole lot of spin, thankfully, or any kind of tornadic threat. But when you have that kind of action and that kind of wind energy, you get lows forming within these lines. Surface areas of low pressure can form, strengthen, and help develop more rain or even, amplify the storms that are out there. Because again, we're still in a very moisture-rich environment, especially once you move east of 37 and move into the coastal plain. That's where you're running into that really deep Gulf moisture. So that's where you can really see things happen quickly. Thankfully, we've lost daytime heating. We're starting to cool off just a little bit tonight, but it's still awfully humid. We're going to get it. We've got a good, strong north breeze out there tonight that's going to make things a little more comfortable too. Hey, Julie, Norma's in Kerrville. Kerrville's starting to quiet down nicely, I bet. Not even under the watch today. It was interesting how the watch went from Edwards to Real, but not Kerr County, but then to Kendall, right? See that? Gillespie and Kerr counties not under the watch today. And rightfully so. You didn't see much today. There were some storms early that moved. That was the genesis of this whole event, but it never was severe. They moved across Kerr County. You guys had some pretty good storms this afternoon. Galveston weather for the rest of the week. Marcos, I think it's going to be pretty good. I'll be honest, Galveston is a little out of my jurisdiction, but you definitely have a good chance of rain through tomorrow. I think it's better Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday. But again, I'm just throwing a dart on that. It's a little out of my reach, and I haven't looked at it specifically. Ole, I'd rather watch sports than go to church. I'd rather go to church and watch sports, personally. Christine Marr, what's up? My buddy Christine Marr. Go see her at Pinspiration, guys. Best studio in town. It's a phenomenal place. They got a splatter room that is just therapy. I'm going to tell you right now, you get in there, they've got it blacklit, you smock yourself, you've got eye protection, and you just go at it. You just make art. You splatter up. And it's a lot of fun. It is therapeutic. That is therapy, seriously. Jose, some audio interference creating a slight buzz. Is that right? Are you hearing a slight buzz on your end? Can you check on that, Greg Matthews? Thank you, brother. Hector, what's going on? Hail damage, there it is. Traymation, we're going to bill you for that. Traymation Roofing. My man, and don't forget 412 Threads, Hector's nonprofit, doing great things, getting Bibles to inmates in prison and changing lives. Way to go, Hector. Love you, man. Not a whole lot of hail damage to report. That's what's great news, okay? In fact, why don't we take a look at local storm reports while we're talking hail and wind damage, if there was any of that as well, and see what kind of storm reports we've gotten. Now let's go ahead and stop this in motion where we're live, and local storm reports. Okay, here we go with some hail. Let's get in here a little bit tighter and see what we got. Poor Hondo. You talk about weather weary along Highway 90. Seriously, though. All right, what do we got at Hondo? Thunderstorm wind gusts of 70 miles per hour. Okay, that was last night. So this is a 24-hour report. This won't kick out of the local storm report until this evening at 10:12, or I should say 13. And that's definitely the case there. All right, so there's some hail from 520 near Divine in Natalia, just under an inch in diameter. So that's, remember, an inch about that thumb size. So that's about, not a golf ball, but just under it, right? pretty good size hailstone, the size of a quarter. The size of a quarter. All right. Let's see what else we had. 0.8 so far. Some pretty good hail near Shirts. 425, but small. Quarter inch, half inch. So far, we've got Natalia with the largest hail report of the night. Seguin, let's see what you had tonight. Also quarter inch. So minimal size hailstones, and that's always good news. Not large enough to do extensive damage, so that's always good news. And not too many hail reports out there, to be honest. Getting one down there near Carnes City and Kennedy. Let's take a look at what you got down there. Half inch. So Natalia with just under an inch in diameter, and there's some, is that flood near Asherton in Dimmick County? Yeah, some flooding southwest. The other spot for some flooding, folks, the rain has ended, thankfully, in Kendall County. So early on, Kendall County was under a good Texas thunderstorm for about an hour and a half that just did not move. I mean, it was crawling across northwest Kendall County. So up around Comfort, Sisterdale, Waring area, north of Bernie up I-10, and it was an inch and a half to 2 inches in that 90-minute time frame. So it led to an aerial flood advisory, never a flood warning. But that was, because and then another round of this weather that you now see from Kyle east across I-35, that moved through Kendall County as well. So be real careful in northern Kendall County, anywhere on I-10 once you get past Bernie. If you get off I-10, be real careful. Other than that, we had a handful of road closures, the producers were telling me, in the San Antonio area. 35 had some water over it early this afternoon, this evening. It was about 5, 6 p.m. on that. So we haven't heard too many other issues with flood concerns in the city. The rain moved out just in time. I'll be honest with you. With as much rain as we've seen over the last couple of weeks, had that rain stalled out and we really started seeing some heavy rain, and that can happen. When a stationary front, we've seen it all too often here, is draped across the area, we get what's called training, and those storms just develop over and over again along that front that's not moving. So you get them to redevelop right on top of that same area, and it'll be one after another. You can get 3, 4, up to 5 rounds of these Texas thunderstorms of 2 inches per hour rates, and that's major flooding. Because remember, everything here, we're raining downhill. We go to flash flooding in an instant. That's why we're called Flash Flood Alley. It goes to runoff so fast. We're raining downhill. I mean, the drop from the Balcones Escarpment, Texas Hill Country, into San Antonio, a couple thousand feet, and then it's just a slope. So when these strong thunderstorms, heavy rainfall rates occur, that's when we get to flooding real quick. Sandy, more storms coming to Hondo tonight or tomorrow? So we're going to get into future radar. Wednesday early, we could still see a couple of showers. We have 0 chance of severe weather tomorrow. Hip, 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 hip. Yeah, because I'm so happy to hear that. I mean, 48 hours of storm mode at KENS 5. It's time to get a break, and we're going to get one. Tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, no severe weather in the forecast, but rain chances are back by Saturday. I mean, we'll only get a couple of days before a decent chance Saturday, good chance Sunday, Monday. I mean, May is turning out to be a rainmaker, making up for April. Well, April squeezed in about 6, 7, up to 8 inches for some of you in those last few days, okay? But most of April was dry. I was like, we're not going to see any Mayflowers. All right, sorry about that. Let's take a look at what we have with, while we're talking rainfall rates, right? Let's go ahead and now that up with a current picture and take a look at how much rain has fallen tonight. 24, we could go 48 hours. I'm going to do that too. Let's do that. 48 hours is better to really get an idea here. Ooh, look at this. Oh, wow. Wow. Again, this Highway 90 corridor just clobbered with weather. 3.5 near Hondo, 2.5 near Sabinal, 3 inches near Barksdale, 4 inches near Helotes, I'll have to check the rain gauge at the Taylor compound. I'm a Holosian. We'll see just how accurate that was. A little over an inch near Seguin, and New Braunfels about the same, 1.5 inches. Here near Stinson Airfield, South Bexar County, 1.5 inches. San Antonio International. Now again, watch 281 and 410 right here. 0.4, 0.4 of an inch, right? It's always going to be a lot less than everybody else. But those are pretty impressive. This is Monday, Tuesday rain totals, and you can see a lot more down to the south. There's a pretty good bullseye of 4.5 south of Tilden. North of Tilden, about 4.5. Wow, a lot of rain down there. But this is so good. This I-35 South corridor is where, again, we needed rain the most. This is hitting a bullseye for Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, Crystal City. All those communities have been in just dire straits and in dire need of some rain. Dire straits, I don't know if that's right, but in dire need of some rain. Okay, so there's your rainfall totals. Now, future radar. So tomorrow, I definitely think this model, which is, because I did this before, is the NAM, was doing the best job with the current situation, initialized better than any other. So here we are, 4:30 a.m., the start of Ken's 5 Eyewitness News this morning, and we've got some decent downpours down I-35 South again, scattered showers in San Antonio and the metro. Need me for something, Greg? Was the audio okay?
Well, I was listening to you on the delay, so I'm getting your jokes way after you.
Oh, that was... Got it. He got the joke that I just told a minute ago, because there's a delay.
Not the normal way where your joke doesn't hit right away. It's the...
Oh, that's okay, right. It's actually an audio delay. It's not a humor delay. Right? So south, look at that. Some pretty good showers coming down near Cotulla, 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. Non-severe, cannot emphasize that enough. The Severe Prediction Center does not even have thunderstorms of non-severe in the forecast for us tomorrow. You know, that's usually where you see that kind of pale green color on an SPC outlook. Not even that tomorrow, okay? Chance of rain, absolutely. So we're going to go 40% up through about midday and go about 20 to 30% in the afternoon. So the best chance of rain tomorrow is before 12, but you can still see some scattered areas are going to be possible, not probable, even as late as 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So, you know, just depends on where you are at that point. We could see a couple of little showers, but everything non-severe tomorrow and will not lead to flooding. This will not be enough rain to worry us on flooding, you know, because these showers, these are 10-minute, 15-minute long showers. And then Thursday, we dry out. And it should be breezy, okay? So we'll see a little bit more rain tomorrow. Again, 40% should cover it up until noon, 20% for the afternoon. But then we... definitely dry out, especially with the winds that we're expecting. You know, good breezy conditions really do help dry conditions quicker. Okay, sunshine, obviously, but we're not going to see a ton of that tomorrow. We're going to stay pretty cloudy. But notice that our winds stay double digit through Thursday evening. So we'll get some good winds in here, and that'll be consistent. The dew points, I mean, still pretty high, 62 in the city, mid-70s to our south and east. Lower 60s is the lowest, and that's in the hill country. And we're not expecting these to drop off too much. Let's take a look at our future dew points. And through tomorrow, we see some 50s. That'll be nicer. A little bit more refreshing, if you will, especially the hill country, lower 50s. That'll feel good tomorrow as we dry out a bit. All right, 7-day forecast time. Let's get down to it and take a look also. Any questions out there? Cuero, Texas. You guys will be under the rain for a while this evening. Nothing severe. We're hoping that we start seeing these watch counties dropped from west to east. Travis County. Okay, the watch has been canceled. There it is. The watch has been canceled for Bandera, Bear, Blanco, Comal, Dimmitt, Edwards, Frio, Kendall, Kinney, Maverick, Medina, Real, Uvalde, Valverde, Zavala. So southeast, you're still going to be under the watch. We'll see if we can get a redraw on that. But you can also see, yeah, the watch continues for Atascosa, Bastrop, Caldwell, DeWitt, Fayette, Gonzales, Guadalupe, Hayes, Carnes, Lavaca, Lee, Travis, Williamson, Wilson. until 10 p.m. So the time hasn't changed on the expiration, but it's definitely done for us in San Antonio. No storms tonight, Chivo, unless you're east and southeast of the city. Victoria is still going to be under the watch, John. Now, even though I didn't say it here because Victoria is not in our viewing area, so the National Weather Service New Braunfels does not handle the Victoria area. Corpus Christi does. But you're in the watch. Again, 7-day forecast, guys. Look how quickly the rain returns. Saturday 40, Sunday 40, and that could go up. That could only go up. I don't think it's going to go down, I'm afraid. And even Monday and Tuesday, decent chances of rain. Temperatures, seasonal. We're going to be a little cooler the next couple of days. Remember, the rain will keep us a little bit cooler. The soggy soils and conditions of our ground will keep us cooler. But then, you know, it's going to stay a bit on the humid side before we start seeing temperatures pick up. And then you're going to start to feel the humidity and get that chance of rain back by Saturday and Sunday. Yes, Grace, missed you. Absolutely. Great to see you back. Still getting rain in George West, and it will still be raining for a little bit down there. Absolutely. So again, let's see if they've reconfigured the watch box on our maps for us. And there they have. You can see now. Here's the new watch until 10 p.m. east and southeast of the city. So down the I-37 corridor to Corpus Christi, there still runs the threat of some of these storms, especially around Karnes City. That's going to be the strongest, heading towards Cuero over the next hour, that we'll have to keep a closer eye on. Again, no warnings in the San Antonio area, only down near Corpus Christi. But for us, it's going to be that area in Karnes County that we'll watch the closest over the next few minutes, okay? Early commute. Yeah, so watch for some showers early tomorrow, Grace. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, brother. Tony, what's going on? Tony and Tamina are on tonight. Virginia, I'm doing well. I appreciate you asking. Hi, Robin. Bernie's going to look pretty good. And Thursday, definitely dry, Courtney. Bernie's going to have a chance of rain early. About 20% of a scattered shower popping up in the afternoon, but most of tomorrow's dry. And then Thursday, Friday, definitely dry. In fact, Friday looks like a nice day that we deserve, right? Stockdale, no, I don't think it will be. It's not going to be too bad. It's just heavy rain and definitely some lightning, but nothing severe. So that's the good news. No large hail and no damaging wind speeds, okay? But you'll be getting through it here shortly in Stockdale. So yeah, Goliad, no, not under the watch. I stand corrected. So they're not expecting any of these storms, you know, as we get into, you know, it'll be the 10 to 11 o'clock hour when this rain moves into you guys to be non-severe. So that's good news. All right, I'll leave you as always with the 7-day forecast. We're getting ready for Ken's 5 Eyewitness News at 10. We're going to be recapping everything that happened today. We've got pictures and video from you, the viewers. Yeah, that's a good time with me. We're wrapping up here. Jesse Pettis, everybody. What's that? This guy here says you owe him money, Jesse. Yeah, you're into him for, whoa, that's a lot of money. We're going to have to straighten this out. Yeah. You don't want me to call my Italian relatives up in the New Jersey area. I make a call to Baby Sal. It's just one question. Is this for family or for business or what? All right, Jess. Yeah, 9:37, right? Is the hit time? You got it, brother. I'll see you there. I'll meet you there. We'll do it on the wall. Okay. Jesse Pettis. Been working with him here at Ken's for 25 years. Love him. All right, guys. There's the 7-day forecast. God bless you. I love you. And you know I mean that. 70% chance east and southeast of the city, 40% chance up until midday tomorrow, then a 20% chance will cover it through the remainder of Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, dry, but umbrellas ready for Saturday and Sunday. So don't feel bad if you don't get the car washed, because it's not going to be long before it's raining again. All right, we'll see you on Eyewitness News at 10.